Accept This Moment podcast and the Learning God Ministries are proud to bring you the My God, Your God podcast as we dive deeper into our relationship with this divine power and how it can directly affect your life, and where we ask the question, who has your heart? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to My God, Your God podcast. I am John Emilio, along with Michael Camarado. Michael, how are you?
And I'm doing very well, my camarado, with Learning God Ministries. Hello, everyone. And I just want to say God has spoken. And regardless, we're doing a second podcast.
Yeah. We didn't listen.
Well, that's not exactly true. But I got to say, I'm very humbled.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I wasn't sure how this was going to go when we did the first one. And I'm thoroughly chuffed. Is that the word? Chuffed?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm floored by how many people listen to it that I knew and I didn't know, and people that came up to me and wrote me or whatever. And
that's amazing.
Were amazed by that we talked about, I'm going to say it was like a Seinfeld episode. We talked about nothing in specific, but we talked about everything.
That's a great analogy. I love that because that's true. That's true, right? Yes, Seinfeld does exactly what that show was. And we kind of, I mean, obviously we talked about, God, but we, our approach is a very fresh one. I love it. We try to keep things relatable. We're just two guys kind of talking about this. And I think that's what people want to hear, right? People don't want to hear the above your head, right? Just jargon constantly, where it makes them feel like they can't understand it or they can't grab the concept. And
Stop talking down to me.
Exactly.
Talk with me. And that's our approach anyway.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep it going. And we're going to get more specific with each session or each show.
Sure.
We're going to get more specific on, the title of the show or whatever it is, but we're going to narrow down to a couple of things. And again, I just want to say, if people that didn't listen to the first show, of course, you could always go back and listen.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't listen, there's going to be a $50 fine for everyone that didn't listen to the show.
And they want to hear the second one.
You can't listen to this one. No, feel free to do whatever you want or don't listen at all. But, I'm not here for the money or the millions and millions of dollars that I'm making, which is zero.
God knows no.
Yeah, because to talk about God should be absolutely free.
Exactly.
And we're making this free. So
service to others. That's what we're here to do. So today... Mike, what would you like to dive into today? And I use you as
I have a trivia question. I want to sing a song. I'm going to hum a song.
Okay.
And then you're going to tell me, maybe give the audience 10 seconds. And then we're going to say, hey, I wonder what he's singing. So I'm not going to sing it, though, because there's no words to this song. It's only a TV instrumental.
Oh, okay. All right.
Here we go. Ready for the audience and for you.
Yes, I'm listening.
Da-da. Da 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 da.
Oh, it's
You want to phone a friend, or you want to? What do you want to?
Ask the audience.
50-50.
See, I Dream a Genie's coming to mind.
That is correct.
All right.
Ding, 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 ding.
And you only
that's your
know
final
that
answer,
show.
Yes.
Yes, I think you'd only know that show if you were born before 1970. You weren't born after 1974, because after a certain point.
Yeah. It's an oldie, I know.
Yeah, great show.
But more on the I Dream of Genie, a little bit more into this podcast.
Yes.
But it was just in my head, and I just wanted to get it out there now. Because a lot of people approached me during these podcasts and wanted to know, hey, what did you mean by, or what did you, so if I did this, then what would happen? And one of the biggest questions we had ended off with, whatever you do it with God.
Yeah, that's the exit line.
Yeah, and I say that at the end of every ministry I've ever done, whatever you do it with God.
It's a great
So
tag.
someone actually asked me, wait, what does that mean? What do you mean do it with God? What are you doing with God?
There's a lot there.
There is a lot, which brings up that I want to talk about prayer.
Okay.
And prayer has gotten a lot of bum rap in the media lately also. But some heinous events that have gone on.
Oh, okay.
That a lot of media, and I won't even give it a mention because
but I know what you're talking about. So I'm with you.
It's demonic.
Yeah.
But a lot of media coming on saying, "Hey, let's not worry about prayer right now." Okay, you're wrong. I call out all the media on this. If you want to call me, fine, call me. But you're wrong. Don't listen to the media when they tell you don't pray. No. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? You could say it. You could say it because, the devil has also taken over the media as well.
I was thinking
he don't want you to pray.
Thing. Yeah, I was thinking that same thing. No, he doesn't.
Yeah. No prayers. Because when you pray, what are you doing? You're talking with God.
Yeah.
Or you're connecting with God.
Absolutely.
Now, last week, or last month, or whatever it was, the last show we had, the homework was, hey, know that you're a spirit and know that God is real and he lives inside you.
Yes.
And blah, blah, blah. But you got to know that you're a spirit and that God is real. The only way you could pray successfully, and we'll get to that too. What is a successful prayer? You can speak with God. You could only speak with the Spirit of God. And you could only use your spirit. And that's the only way to connect with God. And of course, Jesus is involved in that whole connection as well.
Sure.
So your spirit speaks with God's spirit, what some people also call the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And that's how you pray and you're connected. Here's the misnomer with a prayer. And I'm sorry I'm speaking a little too much here, I guess.
No.
But, okay. The thing with the prayer is the prayer is for you. It's not for anyone else. Yes. When you pray, and this is one of my near-death messages that I've also gotten.
NDMs.
NDMs. There we go. There's that moniker.
You got to use it.
The prayer is for you. It's not for anyone else. The prayer puts you in a spiritual frame of mind where you can now act on that prayer that you had with God. Because the whole thing here is to have that mindset of God. And when you pray, you get that mindset of God. And then with that, you could use your intelligence and your spirit and your heart and your soul, whatever, to carry out the actions.
Okay.
So, at the beginning of the summer, I'm walking on the beach. Let's just say that this happened. Because I hate the beach. Walking on the beach, you see a bottle. Uh-oh. This bottle must have washed up. It's a really intricate bottle.
I see the connection coming from the beginning. Okay.
And on the bottle, it says, rub me, let me say that correctly, and I'll give you 3 wishes. And I've been rubbing this bottle all summer long.
You're striking a nerve for me right now. Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Not one wish came true. So I thought there'd be a genie in the bottle. So maybe there is, and the genie is just lying to me that thinks I'm going to grant him 3 wishes. Or B, somebody used up all those 3 wishes already, and the bottle has used up everything, and no matter how much I wish, it just isn't going to happen. The genie was there, but there was only 3 wishes involved with that bottle. C, there's no genie in the bottle at all. So we're wishing on nothing.
On nothing, yeah.
So God is not a genie.
No. No way. He's not a genie. I think that's what a lot of people believe, and actually I think I might even posted something on this like a few weeks ago. A lot of people believe that when they pray that it's like, I'm praying for something, make it happen. I'm praying for something, it's just this, there's no relationship there. It's just, hey, God, I need you. And don't get me wrong, there are times in life, and I think when people are in crisis, when something's going wrong in their life, is when they probably want to ask for that thing the most. But they believe it's hey, God, I need something from you. Make it happen, no matter what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, and that's why I said before, I think you're striking a nerve with me, because like, not only I don't see God, I know God is not that kind of entity, divine power. He's not there to grant our wishes, right? He has his plan, and not for us to know, but he has his plan. It's for us to have a relationship with him. And when you pray, it's to nourish that relationship and have that open connection with him. Not to say, hey, God, let me get this job. Hey, God, let me get this. Hey, God. It's like when the baseball players hit the home runs and they go, and right away they go up to God. Thank you, God.
I was
God
just going to mention a baseball player. That's so
like,
funny you said that.
God
that
didn't make him hit the home run. God didn't make him hit the home run. Okay, it's nice to give them praise. I mean, when you strike out, does the guy go, hey, God, thank you for letting me strike out?
Yeah, right. You can't. You're going to have it both ways.
Exactly.
Praise God. I hit the home run. I wished for it from God, and I hit the home run. That means there is a God. And then when you don't hit the home run, you're not praising God anymore.
Exactly.
So you can't be wishing, God, make me hit that home run. No. God, instruct me on what I have to do to get better in my sport, or to how to take that test. God, not make me pass this test. God, how do I pass this test? How do I get into your mindset so I could study correctly, so I could pass this test?
It's a collaboration.
God isn't doing anything for us. We're doing it, but we're doing it with God. And when we do it with God, then you've done the right thing. So that's prayer. And, what do you say? What do you mean prayer works for you and it only works for you only? That's what it's supposed to do. And this is, everybody's going to write the hate mail to me right now. Don't include anyone else, or don't pray to anyone else in your prayer.
You mean like saints or things like that?
No saints.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, got you. I agree.
The saints go marching in, let them go marching out when you pray.
Yeah.
Do not pray to a saint. It is a man-made person, a man-made title.
Yes.
Saints are man-made.
Yeah,
there is no special. I prayed to Saint Michael. I prayed to Saint Anthony. I prayed to Saint Joseph. No, God
never anointed anybody as saint in the Bible.
Yeah, just go to him and always do it in Jesus' name, because that's the Trinity right there. It's God's Spirit, it's God, and it's through Jesus Christ that all that happens. Don't include saint elsewhere.
Yeah, it's like when people used to lose something, they say, pray to Saint Anthony, Saint Anthony, help me find this.
Right. Yeah.
I think those are just more traditions that people, and it's very popular in the Italian culture. I can tell you that for sure.
Of course it is.
Yeah, being Italian, everybody always prayed to saints. And I even saw that as, all right, how many people do I have to pray? I mean, how many people do you pray to? And then I realized one day, like you're saying, no, just there's one person that I want to have a connection with.
Right.
Listen, all those saints did beautiful things in their lives, and that's amazing. That's beautiful that they did, and the life that they lived for Jesus and God. That's amazing. I mean, some of them were martyred, and that's beautiful, right? Not that they were martyred, but the things that they did were, beneficial and amazing things. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Yep.
Excellent stuff. But when I have to have a connection, or if I want to have that conversation with that divine power that, we call God or Yahweh, or, I mean, there's so many names, especially now that I'm reading the Bible. I mean, if you read it in Hebrew, there's even other names. So it's the word God. But if I want to have that relationship with God, like it's like you said before, it's for me, right? It's for me to understand what God wants me to do, not for God to do it for me, right? Like,
correct.
Like you said before, if I'm going to take a test, God, make me pass the test, right? And I think I've said this before, even on the other podcast. It was, well, God's not going to make me pass the test unless I study for the test. Like
Correct.
God could help me focus. He could help give
Correct.
me peace so I could concentrate better. I could give him my anxieties. So it's something that, hey, God, you worry about my anxieties. I'm going to just try to focus on what I need to do. That's where God comes in. Like, I'm not going to go, God, make me pass a test. I'm going to go play Xbox for 4 hours. Right.
Yeah.
And when I'm done, I'm going to take my test and I'm hoping I'm going to
Right.
pass.
Right.
No, it doesn't
Yeah.
work that way. But like you said
God,
before,
fly me to Panama.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. God isn't flying you anywhere.
Yeah, no.
Still got to get a ticket. You still
still
got to
gotta
pack your
take it.
bag. You still got to go.
And you still got to go. But he gives you the ability, the wherewithal, the peace, the tranquility, the knowledge, the wisdom to accomplish those tasks.
You're right. You want to become a superhuman being? You will when you have him and your spirits are connected. The way I do it all day, and I'll explain that in a little bit.
Sure.
When it's like that all day, you become a superhuman. What does that mean? I'm going to live to 190 years old? No, of course not. Nothing is going to happen that's going to change God's laws. Exactly. He has laws. He set them in place. Yes. God, I want to, do something that's against your law. I want to stay underwater for 3 hours with no apparatus whatsoever. And I just want to live. So when I go underwater, just make me live. See, now you're asking God to break his own rule.
Exactly.
God, I'm going to jump out of a helicopter, no parachute, and I want to land safely. Once again, you're breaking God's laws. Don't ask God to break his laws. He's not going to.
No.
So you really got to use your noggin, your spirit, his spirit, get it together. And that's how you create your mindset. Go ahead. I know.
Yeah. No. I mean, I agree with you 100%. I do. I mean, it's like we said before, it's not about God doing things for you, like the whole genie analogy that you had in the beginning, right? It's not about God doing things for you. And I think that's where so many people get discouraged, is because they ask God. Not even ask. We're going to say the word pray, because that's what we're talking about. They pray to God for something. Go, God, why didn't you do that for me?
Correct.
God's not here to do things for us. And it doesn't mean because we pray for something that even with our best effort. So I could pray for something and give it my best effort and really be there. Does it mean it's going to happen for me? That's only up to him. He might say, but it's not right for you. You might not know that, John, but that's not right for you, so I don't allow it. Right?
Yeah. So you think your prayers are getting unanswered, but they actually are getting answered.
But the answer might be no.
You might not like the answer.
Exactly.
But too bad.
It's like when you were a kid, right? A good parent, a good, intelligent, loving, caring parent that wants their child to be brought up in the proper way and to be a self-sustaining adult as they get older, is not going to say yes when the kid says, I want candy, daddy, I want this, I want that, no. Does the kid accept no? No. 90% of children lose their crap when you hear no. But as they get older, they realize those no's were for their benefit. They just didn't realize it at the time.
Right.
And I look at my relationship with God the same way. Like, I'll say, God, why didn't more people do this? And why didn't more people see that thing that I'm trying to help people? Why is it not and I've understood it's not the right time. When it's the right time, it'll be the right time. Right? It's not for me.
That's right.
It's not for me. I'll keep doing what I have to do. But when the answer is no for now, the answer is no. Do I have to like it? My human body will say no, but my spirit will realize it and say, well, it's his will. It's God's will. And they say, thy will be done. And I allow his will to be done. And by doing that, by the way, there's a peace inside of me that anxiety of not getting what I want doesn't chew me up and eat me alive.
Yeah. And that's doing everything with God.
Exactly.
No matter how the outcome is, you've done it with God. And that means, quote unquote, you've done your best.
Exactly.
You did what you had to do. You went to the source, you prayed on it. And this is another thing I want to talk about, prayer. I know with my NDMs, when I received all these messages, everything came to me, and I think I mentioned pictures, visions, feelings.
Yes.
It wasn't in words.
It wasn't in words. Yeah, you told me that.
There were no words involved. And that was more amazing, because when I woke up,
you just had
I had
the
a
knowledge
slew of the information, and I couldn't tell everybody and I had to say it in linear form, and I'm still talking about it, and it's 9 years later. So, all right, let's think of a movie. If I say, okay, The Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
I would assume
it's a good analogy.
Most people have seen The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I would.
If you haven't, there's also going to be a $50 fine if you haven't seen The Wizard of Oz.
I think everybody has.
Boy, we're going to make a lot of money on these
money
fines.
on fines only.
That's fine with me.
That's fine with me. Yeah.
So, The Wizard of Oz. If I tell you, all right, picture right now The Wizard of Oz in your head. Go through the movie. Okay, you just did it. You did the whole movie in your head in 5 seconds. Okay. You don't have to sit down and watch the entire Wizard of Oz, an hour and 44 minutes.
To have the highlight reel shoot through your head. Yeah.
That's a linear form. Correct. That's how you get through seeing the Wizard of Oz, word for word, scene for scene, song for song. But you could do that in your mind in seconds.
Sure.
And you got the whole movie in your head.
It's there. You could condense fast. You could go to the part that you want to go to in your mind. Oh, yeah. And then, correct. Absolutely.
It's almost digital in a way. So there was a time you had to rewind tapes, fast forward tapes.
Oh, my God. Remember those days?
Now you could just go right to the tape.
You could go right to that point. Yeah.
And now assume there's a parade happening. There's a huge, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Here it is. You're a spectator. You're on the line. You're in front of Macy's. You have to see that parade go through you linear. It's just one thing. There it is, the parade. Takes 3 hours plus commercials. Yeah. So you're going through the parade. God sees the parade. He's not above you, but he sees the parade as the entire thing. He's gone through the parade already. So you could actually see the parade like that too.
Almost like a 360 view. He just sees the whole thing all at once.
Yeah, you just see it, right? You just see it all at once. That's how I pray now. There, of course, the churches tell you how to say, I don't know, for instance, the Hail Mary, the Our Father. And these are scripted prayers.
Yes.
That have been around forever. There's nothing wrong with them, so don't hate me.
No,
they're fine. Not. I challenge everyone listening that if you're going to pray to God, and God only, make the prayer come from you. Don't rehash that scripted thing. There's nothing wrong with saying the Our Father and the Hail Mary.
No, absolutely not.
You could talk, and you could talk in linear form. It doesn't matter. This is something that I do on my own. Like I could pray a whole bunch of things in a second.
Yeah.
Because God knows what's going on with your spirit. You don't have to talk to him linearly. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Linearly? It's a word.
It is now.
So I challenge people to just even pray. Don't worry about talking in flashes.
Yeah.
But you get more prayers done throughout the day. Oh, no, I got to stop. I got to pray. Don't think you got to take 10 minutes out of your day. And, of course, it's great if you do. I got to spend 10 minutes praying. Oh, I don't have any time for this. I'll do it at lunch. Lunch comes, you don't pray. I got to take another 10 minutes. I got caught up with something else.
And that's just
pray. Constantly be in touch with God. That's your prayer. Your spirit is constantly in touch with God. And you could run your life the whole day with that connection. And that's praying.
Oh,
and that's how you go about doing your things that you do. And, if doing it in flashes is too much and it's too confusing, fine. Do it in linear form. But don't say you don't have any time to pray. Because there is no time with God. God is nothing but time. Time like this for God is like a snap of a finger. There is no time. No. You could read a whole book of War and Peace in a snap of a finger because there's no time.
No,
same
for
thing
us,
like a prayer.
We experience time. Yeah, we experience time differently. Yeah, but no, exactly what you're saying. I mean, I agree 100%. The prayer isn't supposed to be just a recited prayer where you sit down. I'm going to say an Our Father and a Hail Mary and the act of contrition. And like you said, there's nothing wrong with any of these prayers. There's nothing wrong with them. But like I'm of the same ilk as you. I'll pray to God 100 times a day, but I'm not saying formal prayers. I'm actually speaking with God. So I go on a walk. I like to walk. I'm a big walker. So I went out for a walk before we recorded the show. And as I'm walking around the block, I'm talking to God. Now, not verbally out loud, right? I have my headphones in. I'm listening to actually some nice Christian music, and I'm actually talking to God. I'm having a mental conversation with him, like me and him. I'm asking him questions. You know, if you could help give me the insight or the wisdom, show me what I'm missing. You know, to guide him. I'm asking for guidance in things in my life, right? And not that okay, God gave me an answer right away, but I feel like I am conversing with him because I'm telling him, and then maybe later in the day, something happens and I don't even realize it, that here comes this insight that maybe I was looking for, but it's an open dialogue. It's not me just sitting there and going, okay, I got to fold my hands. I got to sit here and I got to say, dear Lord in heaven. And if you do that, by the way, that's great. Like there's nothing wrong with it. There's
nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you don't have to preface the dear Lord, amen, and have some scripted. It can be an open conversation with God at all times. Right. And like, for me, there's that, once I start doing that, there's a wave of peace that just keeps reflowing through my life, no matter what, because I'm keeping that connection open with him.
You're keeping the fire stoked. Your spirit is constantly stoked with that blaze of God's energy. And it's constant because he's in you, don't forget. So using that whole thing, you just constantly keep that metabolism of prayer burning throughout your body all day. So don't, I love the people who go to church on Sunday. Well, I prayed. I went to church on Sunday. I prayed. I said the Hail Father. I said the Hail Mary. But wait, when Monday came, oh boy. I was bad.
Sunday warriors.
Did you pray on Monday? Well, no, I didn't because I wasn't at church. Oh, really? Believe me, I've gotten that. People think they only have to pray at a place of worship. Your place of worship is your body.
Exactly.
That's it. You don't have to be anywhere else.
No,
you do it wherever you are. Shipwrecked on an island, you pray. There's no churches there. You're the church. People make up the church.
Jesus was the rock, and he told Peter, "Build my church on this rock." So it's you, it's us. It's not a physical building, right?
100%.
Yeah.
I prayed. My grandmother, she was in the hospital, got cancer. She was just reaching 129 years old. I prayed to God, God, please make my grandmother live forever. And she died. Now what? There's no genie? There's no God?
No. And that's unfortunately what some people will think that.
Yes, they do. And
they get mad at God when things don't go right in their life. But a relationship with God. God isn't here to make everything right in our life. It's not. That's not. And if you read the Bible, that's why I think reading the Bible could be a very big, very
helps tremendously,
because it's a book written by basically God himself through other people. And I mean, I started reading it about a month and a half ago. So I got through like the first 5 books. I'm up to Joshua now. And if you read it, by the way, which I love, the laws of Moses, which they're called, and there's social laws, it's chapters of just rules that, by the way, are the moral codes that humanity has tried to live by, right?
Yeah.
For years. Right. And these were written how many thousands of years ago? Yeah. Exactly. Right. So it's there. Like that knowledge, that wisdom, that leadership, that guidance it's already there. So I say reading the Bible, for me, I think it'll help frame people a little bit better to understand that God isn't there to be your genie. He's there to be our guide on this path of life, right? Yeah. And he wants that relationship. He wants our hearts. He wants us to, they say fear in the Bible, which if you translate it, honestly, it actually means respect. He wants our respect. He wants our love. And if you do that, no matter what happens in your life, I honestly feel that you never lose that peace and that that comfort that he will give us, right?
Yeah.
If we're willing to pray no, I know this isn't video. I'm doing air quotes like we're on video.
No, I've been doing the same thing.
if you pray the right way, if you pray the right way,
Yeah. And now, what do you think you're going to get out of a prayer? Well, first of all, as I said, the prayer is for you. That doesn't mean that you can't pray for someone else. But I think the big important thing here is I want you to tell that person that you've prayed for them.
Yeah.
Because that puts in their mind now, it's a big form of comfort. Gee, somebody's actually praying for me. I wonder if that's going to do anything to me now because somebody's praying for me. The biggest thing is when you pray for somebody, you tell them, look, I said a prayer for you, but more importantly, I want you to pray for yourself. And you get those prayers going. I'm really not much about God. Okay, great. I still want you to try to pray, know your spirit, get with God. I know it's a lot to do, but that's the whole end result of what you're trying to accomplish. I want this person to understand that I prayed for them, but your job is to pray for yourself also. Because now maybe you do have a sickness, and maybe praying to God will help you get rid of that sickness. I know this sounds like miracle stuff, but believe it or not, the brain and the body work the way God wants it to.
Sure.
And you can actually heal yourself by having a better positive attitude about yourself that you won't even know that you're subconsciously healing yourself.
There's a lot there.
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish. I'm saying there's what you're saying. There's so much there that there's so much truth to it on many different levels. But there's so much truth to it. But continue.
And even scientific levels, they found out that prayer actually, I know the science. It's not science doing it. There's a scientific theory of what's happening, that the brain is now and the spirit is connected and has a better outlook on living and will heal itself. I've seen prayer firsthand, so I'm only going to use this because I've seen it firsthand. Fear, it heals anxieties.
Absolutely.
It heals depression.
Absolutely.
It heals, I'm going to go out and say it because I've seen it firsthand.
Sure.
Substance abuse.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Either alcoholism or drug use. All those things can be satisfied and eradicated with you praying yourself with God all day.
So those things that you mentioned, those specific examples tend to be things that are connected with our mental health, right? For the most part.
Yes. Yeah.
Even substance abuse, because it's an addiction. Addiction is the mind, right? The mind gets addicted to something. It tells you want more of it.
Right.
So anxiety, depression, substance abuse. When you pray to God, if you become so let me rewind. People who've had those issues, and you're saying you've seen it firsthand, and I have too. And actually, the more people I follow who are in this world, who are very big on God and the relationship with God, have spoken about it also. Once you have a relationship with God, the things like depression and anxiety, and I know therapists will probably want to, and I've worked with therapists, they're probably going to look at me like, John, why would you say this? Things like depression and anxiety go away because you give them to God now. So you're not trying to fix it. You're not saying, how do I fix my anxiety? God, I give you my anxieties. And in turn, you get peace in return, right?
You do.
Depression and anxiety are sicknesses of the mind, because the mind is something that will pull and tug you constantly if you allow it to. And if you are identified with your mind and not identified with God, right? And so I identify with this human body, with what my mind says, but I don't identify with God who created me. I'm at the mercy of my mind. And the mind, we know, thoughts could be influenced by a lot of things, even, yes, demonic thoughts, right? Satan, or right? That's how Satan will talk to us, is through our thoughts and through our emotions and our feelings. And if we believe just them and them alone, Sure, depression, anxiety, substance abuse, you're going to be trying to run away from them if they're thoughts that torture you. But if you give them to God and go, God, you know what? My anxieties are yours. My sadness is yours. You could feel them, right? You're going to feel them anyway as a human being, but they're yours. The attachment goes away. You identify with something greater than, and you start to notice the space that grows between them all of a sudden.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And listen, we're not telling anyone to get off their meds.
No.
Stay on your meds. We are not medical doctors.
We're not, and we're not medical doctors, but we're not here talking about medicine or,
Correct.
We're talking about how your relationship with God can help.
It will absolutely help. And as I said, I've seen it so many times. I've seen it with marital statuses that could have ended in separation or divorce that I know firsthand have not now, because it takes two, especially in that kind of.
I was going to say that. Yeah. It can't be a one-way street.
You're not going to just get one person to believe in God and the other one's not, because then there's really a divorce.
Yeah.
But yes, God will
heal,
alleviate.
Yeah.
And when you're talking all day, praying with God, then it's almost like you have no time for the anxiety, fears, or depressions. It's almost as if he takes over.
Sure.
And that's exactly what you want him to do.
That's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do.
That's what he wants to do.
You're mine. I love you. I want to stay with you. I want to be with you. I'm here with you. You're never alone. So that's another thing when people feel that they leave the therapist, that now they're alone again and they're back with, oh my God, I need my therapist. I got to call him up. And okay, there's nothing wrong with it. You have to call. But when people have left sessions that I've done with people, they actually say they realize they're not alone anymore. And it takes time, because God is always with you, and they're trained. I hate to say that word, but they're trained to pray. Pray all day.
Talk to God constantly.
And again, you have the ability to do it, and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And like snaps of fingers, you're going to be saying prayers left and right, and your spirit and God's spirit with Jesus Christ there. You don't have to say that, do the sign of the cross before you. You don't have to dial God. Oh, hold on. Let me see if God's available. Hold on. Let me hear. Okay, hold on. He's busy. No, he's not around. So, you could just pray. Just use your spirit. You don't even have to speak it. Sometimes when I'm alone, I'll speak it. Because
out loud. Yeah, you say verbally out loud.
Sometimes I hear. But you're right. If you're on the bus or whatever, you walk in the street, you could do it, but people
whatever. If
people get afraid, another one of them God believers. Oh my God.
Exactly.
So that's where I stand with the prayer.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Michael, what you said there, is so true on so many levels, because people who do suffer with certain things like that, prayer is a huge, and a relationship with God is a huge benefit. And it does help heal those things. If you truly connect, and if you truly allow yourself to have that open relationship and get to know God, and God gets to know you, then like those things do get healed. They really, really, really do. And I talk as a person from experience, who I suffered. If anybody listens to my other show, Universal Lens, like it's all about mental health. And I speak about how I suffered with OCD for years, obsessive compulsive disorder. And the flavor of mine was a very mental, thought-based one, where my thoughts would punish me constantly. I always had a relationship with God as a kid, and I didn't, and I never nourished it as much as I nourish it now, but I always would have conversations with God. I remember having them as a child when I was scared of something. Oh my God, please God, please God. Those were the ones when I was a kid. Please God, help me. I never really elaborated because I was younger. But when the OCD became more intense as I got older, I was lucky enough in the therapy, I had therapy which was based in, you there?
I am.
Oh, okay. Based in mindfulness. What it taught me was how to stop listening to my thoughts. And as I did that, I started hearing God again, because I learned how to not listen to my mind and all the chatter it was giving me constantly. So once you're able to not pay attention to the depressive thoughts, the anxious thoughts, the I need more cocaine or marijuana is the only thing that's going to let me. Once you, or I hate my wife thoughts, or my wife does this to me and my husband does this to me. No, does he love me? Does she not love me? Wherever those thoughts are coming from, once you learn that you don't have to listen to them, you actually can start to hear God again. Because when you're stuck between your ears, you're here. You're not looking past them. So God isn't going to come and bust down the door and go, hey, I'm right here. Why don't you come look for me?
Mm-hmm.
No, come to me. Once you find me, you'll never lose me. And that's how I feel. Once I found him again, there's no losing him. I mean, no matter what's happening in my life. Yeah, he's always there.
You know, people, I love when people say they found Jesus or they found God. You didn't find them because they were never lost.
They were never lost.
You were the one that was lost.
Exactly.
So he found you.
He found
you.
You.
Always knew you were there, but you finally used your spirit or your noggin or whatever you used to get it. You know, and that's another thing. I don't like to force anything upon anybody as far as knowing God or knowing Jesus or knowing anything. You do whatever you want. And again, this whole podcast, again, is not us trying to grab, shove information down your throat.
No.
You do whatever you want to do. These are messages. And if it helps, it helps. If you don't want to listen, then you just go about your day and you don't listen.
And you don't listen.
Don't say that there isn't an answer, because there is. And we're here to say that it's true, it's real, it's solid, even though you can't
see, touch
smell,
it.
Yeah, right. You can't use the five senses.
That we talked about in the last episode.
Yeah, right. Somebody brought that up too. I never realized that, but you can, because God really left his imprint everywhere.
Everywhere.
More importantly, it's in you. And you have the ability to pray to God, because that's what God wants. Directly to God. No middle salesman. Just God. And that's I think the challenge this week, if we could have another challenge.
Sure.
I know. Homework again.
It's okay. Homework is good for you.
Well, I guarantee no one last week did the I'm a spiritual being. God lives within me and he loves me. I said to say it in the morning, say it at night. Mm-hmm. You know who did that? No one. You know why nobody did it? Because God tells me they didn't do it. I know that they didn't do it. Oh, my God, he's right. Yeah, I didn't do it. Oh, well, I'm bad. Okay, not a problem. So let's make it easier. Pray. I want you to pray if you want to, only because you can't pray if I want you to. You have to pray if you want to pray. But I suggest that you pray to God as many times throughout the day as you can. And don't say you don't have time, because you do have the time and God has the time. Absolutely. And as I said, if you could pray like, snap of a finger, you can. You're going to feel it. Don't forget to use your spirit. Don't forget to use Jesus Christ in that prayer. And make sure you go only to God, veer all the saints away. I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it, because that's the truth.
Pray directly to God, absolutely.
Right. And, that's all I got to say on prayer right now. So much to say, but
there is. But I think it was pretty much all covered. You pray to God directly. Nourish that relationship with God directly. He's there. It's a matter of you realizing that he's there. He's waiting for you. Are you willing to take that step to get close to him? And most people who don't pray tend to be very controlling people. A lot of people, because they feel like I got to do it. Right. So I was a very big believer when I was younger. I would say, I did it. I never did anything. What I did was through him at all times. I will tell you, the best things that have happened in my life were not my doing, as far as I didn't sit there and go, wow, this is a great idea. It was something that just happened and occurred. And I kind of just went with this feeling that I had that, oh, we got to do this. And we just did it. Like, that wasn't me. That was him working through me. So if you're a person who doesn't pray, ask yourself this question. Do I feel like I have life under control? Do I feel like I'm pulling all the strings? And if you say yes, you're the person who really should pray the most, because you actually think you're in control, right? Which is a trip. It's something that'll trip you up in many different ways in life. But from what we're speaking, absolutely. If you think you're in control, you should go pray, and God will show you you're not. Actually, I'm doing things through you. And once you do that, you become that vessel for him. And then it's like, you tell me when I have to move, and I'll move because I'll know I have to move. Like, I'm not going to be thinking, should I move? Do I have to move? Do I have to really move? No, it's going to be like this. I have to move. And you don't know why, but you're just going to move.
Yep. That is so true. True statements, but you could always tell. I could always tell, when my spirit can tell, when somebody is a prayer. I can always tell when somebody doesn't pray
and does pray,
doesn't know God. You just could tell it. Yeah. I'm not saying they're inflicted with the devil. No. I'm just saying I know that this person doesn't pray. And I don't hate them.
No, absolutely not.
I just know that they don't.
No, there's an aura. I like to say sometimes there's an aura about somebody when they have that connection with with God and the divine powers. There's something around them that you could sense it, right? So
absolutely, 100%. Nice. I'm very excited about this podcast.
Yeah, man, me too. That was another great episode. And for anybody out there who hasn't checked out Mike's YouTube channel, what's the name of the YouTube? Is it
it's Learning God Ministries.
Learning God Ministries.
22 videos on there. They're not monetized. I don't make any money. So just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I'm halfway through them, and I tell you, you should listen to them because it's not going to be like anything you've heard before. I will tell you that. The way he describes his NDMs and his near-death experience and what the messages he got, it's very relatable. It's going to make a crap load of sense. You're going to be like, yeah. And then you paint the picture of God like practically being around us. You don't paint him as this is what I loved about it most. It wasn't and he was up on a cloud and he was talking to me from the top of, from the top of the mountain, telling, no, you speak about him and look how he's around us and everything in life. And that's
thank you very much.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of people get a lot of benefit from it if they come with it with an open mind, right? And don't park religion at the door.
Yeah. That's going to be our next podcast.
Yeah. Leave it at the end. You can pick it up when you leave the door again, but leave it at the door when you come in. And enjoy the podcast, and they're not the videos are not even that long. Some are 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? So it's not like they're
10, 12 minutes even.
Yeah, which is great. So
I don't want to bore anybody.
Yeah, definitely check them out. You'll appreciate.
Well, thank you so much. I had another great time with you, John.
Yes, sir. Me too. Absolutely.
And hopefully, people will do their prayer homework.
Yes.
And we're going to get to see that next month. We're going to test you. Because the fine is going up to $75 if you don't say your prayers.
Mike, we're going to be rich. We're going to be rich if we keep.
We should be already for people not listening to the first podcast.
All right.
That's awesome. Anyway, I'm Mike Camarado from Learning God Ministries and My God, Your God podcast.
I'm John Emilio.
Don't forget, whatever you do
it with God.
Hey, boom. I didn't step on you this time. Excellent. John, awesome. I will see you next time. And everybody out there, take care and bye-bye.
Take care. Thanks for listening to today's show. We hope you get as much out of this as we do. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share to help us spread God's love. Don't forget, whatever you do it with God.